Jocelyn was the person that introduced Utrust to us. A very interesting company. But Jocelyn, can you take it from here?
Yes, of course. So yeah, thank you very much, Howard and Nick, for inviting me to join and be part of this FinTech conference. I am at UC Berkeley, typically, as you can see from my background photo. And at Berkeley, we're running a blockchain accelerator where we invite in teams from around the world into the amazing blockchain ecosystem that we have at Berkeley. And a lot of these teams are at this intersection of fintech and cryptocurrency. And I'm happy to share with you this morning one of the teams we selected for our 2021 cohort, and that is Utrust. And I want to introduce Sanja, who is the CEO and the founder of the company, Nuno Correia. We are excited about the fact that they are allowing the next generation of payment channels for digital currencies, and with significantly lower fees than traditional options. It's also an open system where any digital wallet could be connected to that. And we're tremendously impressed by the number of merchants that they have onboarded in the EU and the tremendous growth that they've seen in the last 6 months. So without further ado, I want to turn it over to Sanja and let her tell you more about what Utrust is up to. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jocelyn, for the great intro. What a great intro. Let me share my screen because we have prepared a presentation. Can you just confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for inviting us to speak today. We're very excited because we are one of the leading fintech companies in the blockchain and payment ecosystem industry. And we believe that the money of tomorrow is not only digital, but also decentralized. And what is Utrust? So we are a blockchain-powered payment ecosystem, and we offer multiple solutions to really tackle different kind of customers. So the first solution is a business B2B solutions for merchants, which consists of 2 different solutions. The first one is a cryptocurrency payment gateway for e-commerce stores. And the second one is an invoicing or billing service for merchants which not necessarily have an e-commerce store, so businesses of all sizes and in all verticals. The second solution is a personal and B2C personal wallet, and that really comes with an exchange for crypto to fiat on and off ramp, banking services, reverse staking to earn rewards from crypto staking as well, and a Visa debit card for offline purchases as well. And that really allows us to capture the whole market. And within the ecosystem, we also have a native token, UTK, which is an ERC20 utility token that today has a market cap value of more than $300 million. And we created Utrust really to solve for all the issues associated with traditional online payments. And when I say traditional online payments, I mean not only credit and debit cards, but payment gateways like PayPal and Stripe. That's my background, so I come from PayPal as well, but also wire transfers. So if you think about e-commerce, and today a merchant can really start selling easily through e-commerce. And e-commerce allows merchants to tackle new customers, new geographies in a really simple way. A merchant doesn't even need to have their own technology. They can sell through multiple marketplaces. But payments are not keeping up the same pace of innovation with e-commerce. So e-commerce is fueling actually merchants' growth, and payments are not, because merchants are being really overcharged on each single transaction. So if you think about selling online, merchants might end up paying between 3 to 11% in payment processing fees on each single transaction. And this number is higher the number of cross-border trade and international transactions. The second issue with traditional payments is related to chargebacks. And a chargeback is the return of the funds to the original buyer. And that more and more happens for fraudulent reasons. So that's stolen credit cards, for example, or buyers who illicitly are not recognizing their payments with the bank. And that represents a 40 billion loss in the e-commerce industry globally. And that's not only an economic damage for the merchant, but also reputational damage. And the last problem with traditional payments is really, slow settlement. So a merchant can end up, waiting for more than 1 week to settle a payment. And especially in the case where a merchant is waiting for a payment to be settled before shipping the items is really a problem because it's not fueling the growth of the company. We saw the merchant side, and let's look at the consumer side. So with buyers, we live in a world where we can really communicate with everyone today with just a device and internet connection. But when it comes to money, it's not so easy. So first of all, if I need to send money to someone else in another country, probably I will need to convert my native currency into another one if I don't want to incur in really extreme high costs. Also, coverage is a problem, and specifically in some countries that might impose a cap on the budget, on the number of local currency I can export out of the country. That happens in China, in some countries in Africa, in South America. And last but not least, and for me, maybe the most important thing is the financial service today is not really inclusive. There are more than 2 billion people in the world who are unbanked due to the complexity of our banking system. And this is really why we created Utrust. So on the merchant side, it solves for all the problems we have previously discussed. So we allow merchants to drastically decrease their payment processing fees up to 90%. And how we do that is really intrinsic with the properties of the blockchain that removes any intermediaries from the payment chain. And that really allows us to offer to the merchant an extremely low processing cost of just 1% flat payment fee that's independent on the volume of international payments or cross-border trade. And also we eliminate chargebacks and fraud because also for the properties of blockchain, payments are irreversible and immutable. So a merchant can only issue a refund if it's directed from the merchant, and we completely eliminate the chargeback problem. Last but not least, it's extremely fast, allowing really for that borderless payment solution because payments are confirmed immediately. Also, a new market means, new customers and more revenue. And this is actually one of the main value props we discovered with our whole portfolio of merchants, because allowing cryptocurrency payments through our service unlocks a new type of customer. It's a new segment of users who are tech savvy, crypto savvy. They're really enthusiastic about paying with crypto. They're really wealthy. And today they represent more than 100 million users globally, growing double digits. As mentioned at the beginning, for merchants, we offer 2 different services to really tackle the whole market opportunity. The first is an e-commerce payment gateway. And the simplest way to describe it is really the Stripe for cryptocurrency payments. So merchants can integrate it and accept cryptocurrency as a payment method during online checkout. So if a buyer is paying, they will see it as another payment option during the checkout experience. We offer that through major technology plugins like Magento and Shopify, and of course, custom integration as well. The second solution is an invoicing solution, which is a non-integrated payment solution for businesses who don't have an e-commerce, for example. And that allows us to tackle more B2B and cross-border trade challenges. For both of the solution, we offer 2 possibilities for the merchant. One is to keep their business as usual. So that means they will receive the payment in fiat. So that's euros, dollars, GBP. So we convert the crypto to fiat. Business as usual, merchants don't need to learn anything about crypto. They don't need to deal with crypto. The second solution is to really settle into a stable coin, a stable cryptocurrency. And that's an option that more and more merchants are asking us, because for them, it's a way to access a new investment stream. So this is growing more and more as an option for merchants. On the consumer side, what really sets us apart from competitors and other players is that we offer universal access. So what that means is that we allow customers to pay with any on-chain wallet in the market. We don't lock them to use our own technology. So that really allows us to capture the whole market opportunity on the buyer side. And we also support the most liquid cryptocurrencies in the market. We also have our own consumer wallet, which allows customers to buy, sell, to exchange crypto at best market rates. It comes with staking rewards, so they can earn rewards on crypto staking, and also with a debit card for brick and mortar purchases to capture the offline opportunity as well.
Hey, Sanja, can I ask a quick question before you go on?
Yes.
On the chargeback issue, which obviously is an important question, certainly I could see the benefit to the merchants because they're not going to, find that they have a problem getting the money. But for the consumer, the purchaser, often I found that credit card companies, for example, serve as kind of a buffer between what the expectations of the consumer are and the actual transaction. There's sometimes the merchant or the supposed merchant hasn't actually performed. And so there is a valid chargeback issue where the credit card company or otherwise is actually reversing something for a good reason. So how do you deal with that kind of situation in your system?
Can I tackle this one, Sanja?
Oh yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, that's an excellent question, and actually we hear that question a lot. Basically, what we allow users to do is to open disputes and claims when they don't get the item they paid for. When we refer to chargebacks, obviously we understand that there is a need of some sort of buyer protection, and even Satoshi Nakamoto's white paper mentions that. But that's handled by Utrust and not by a third-party bank. In case of chargebacks, for example, if a chargeback is opened on a PayPal transaction, the bank is the one that's retrieving the funds. And even if PayPal knows that the user is chargebacking something on a deceiving way, they can't do anything because ultimately the bank has the last word. Here, the power, let's say like that, falls all on our side. We can obviously reverse that transaction to the user, block the merchant's account and whatnot. We also have mechanisms in place to understand the risk profile of the merchant when he onboards with us. That's basically it.
Yeah, Nuno is very passionate about responding to this type of questions, you can see. But it's really what we believe is that there needs to be a layer on top of blockchain, and we are that layer. So we make sure to, as Nuno said, also KYB all the merchants with whom we work to offer a layer of protection for the buyer as well in interacting with those businesses.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions on this?
No, okay. I'm fine.
Okay. So since launching our service to the public in May last year, we have onboarded more than 200 merchants using our payment gateway and our invoicing solution. And we really found our sweet spot in terms of market fit. So we found our market fit in the following verticals, which are more related to the type of user paying with crypto, which is blockchain services, gaming, NFTs, travel, luxury items, and real estate. And as you can see, that's really in line with the kind of customer I mentioned at the beginning. So someone very tech savvy, very crypto savvy, passionate about paying with crypto, and with a higher ticket size. So that doesn't mean that we're not seeing traction in other verticals. We are, but those are the verticals that, you know, will most likely see a higher upside in transacted volume for now. What you can see is the combined traction, so the exchange volume on all of our 3 products. So as I said, we launched our solution in the market publicly in May last year. Prior to that, it was available in beta and only for a selected number of merchants. So as you can see, we're really growing triple digits or double digits month-over-month, which really, you know, shows the demand for our solution and really the market fit. And in April this month, we will already surpass the exchange volume we had in 2020, which was $25 million. And this really with little and organic marketing. So from this month, we are going to invest more in our marketing team. We hired a new CMO who's going to form their own team as well to really help us reach more into the ideal customer and the market fit that we found and we are finding more and more. And
I think it's worth mentioning, Sanja, that we never did paid marketing. We never paid an ad, nothing. This is people coming to us from other crypto payment gateways, recommended. It's quite nice to see, and I'm confident with the new CMO and the new strategy, we can make these numbers grow a lot.
I'm curious, which tokens or currencies are most prevalent in your payments? I mean, which ones do you see the most volume?
Yeah, so if you asked this question 6 months ago, like 95% of the payments would have been through Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now we are seeing stable coins increasing. So now the percentage of stablecoin payments is around 30%, and the rest is Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Okay, great. We're running out of time. Are there any other quick questions before we move to the next presentation? Okay, well, this has been a terrific presentation, Sanja and Nuno. Very interesting what you've done, amazing progress, tremendous growth, and really good use case. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation.